First off, my name is Yvng. That's Yvng. You can go look that up. But I'm from Millbrook, Alabama. A small subdivision called St. Tom. Coming straight from around the way. Probably about 15, 20 minutes from Montgomery, Alabama. Small little country place. That's where I was brought up at. And my childhood, ever since legit. I ain't never knew nothing but dirt and rocks and football. Other than that, just school and kicking it with people outside. That was it. Well, what made me fall in love with hip hop, I just always had a love for music in the first place. I'd say my true first love was actually writing. I've been writing poetry ever since I was 8 years old. Music just came along with it. It was something I always looked into. One of my artists that I look up to is Don Tripp. He said in one song, music is therapeutic. And, you can find comfort in the words that you listen to. Because sometimes you don't have the courage to say certain things. And sometimes in a song or any little bar that you might hear, it'll be a way for you to just open up and just think like, wow, they can get through something, I know I can too. So I try to put that into mine as well. Never know how I can touch somebody. I can hit them from all angles. It's almost like the words that I say could be what's going on in someone else's life, but they just don't understand or know exactly how to say it to the people that they care about the most. So I try to make myself as like this personal plethora, almost like a platonic place where they can find confidence, try to find that serenity within themselves to where they can finally be at peace with whatever situation or hardship that's going on at hand at the time. That's the reason why I fell in love with hip hop in general. It's, like I said, it's therapeutic. It's the biggest fad right now. Everybody loves hip hop, but what's different about it? You stick to it, and at the end of the day, it helps you get through it. So my biggest influences, honestly, I said, big K.R.I.T. I love him just because, like I said, been my favorite artist ever since high school when I first heard the Forever to a Day mixtape. I said, one of his best quotes that I think, if it don't touch my soul, then I can't listen to it. And I take that to heart just because, as well as another one of my influences, Scarface, he said in the interview one time, if I can't get inside the studio and record something, and at the end of it, if I listen to it, I can't shed a tear, then I know I haven't done my best work. And, as well, I say another one of my biggest influences was Kevin Gates. I look at him as well a lot, and the reason why is because he puts that true passion and emotion in everything that he does. He's not scared to show his emotion. I'm the same way. I wear my heart on both sleeves. And it's almost like he said in one interview himself, he was like, it should be illegal to hurt me. It should be against the law to hurt me. I feel the same way just because I put so much passion and effort into other people and to try to please everybody else. At the end of the day, it was kind of, like I was a perfect imperfection, trying to do all the right things and everything was still going left. As far as other influences, as well as Pac and Big, I look at them just because, Pac was a poet like I was. You gotta think back to songs like Dear Mama and Brenda's Got a Baby, something with a bigger meaning, not the, thug life Pac, the people that they portray him to be. You gotta look into the bigger details, especially Big, because up north, he was one of the biggest lyricists ever. Like, you have people around schemes that you had, like, they actually tell a story with what they're doing. And I feel like that's what separates me from what's going on now. I have a story that I need to tell, and though my story may not be the same as someone else's, I can still help them in the same fashion. I'd say I first truly started recording about 3 years ago. But from the first time I started recording, I can just tell my growth. I can see it, I can feel it, even in everything that I write. At first, excuse my French, but it was kind of like the pity-patty type bullshit that everybody tried to do at first. But then, at the end of the day, I see myself growing to get these bigger analogies and better similes, metaphors that try to open up doors to see things differently. Maybe I can say something in this bar that'll connect with something later on in the song. Make people think about it twice. Because if you re-listen to something, you'll find out more than what you heard the first time. It's like one of my coaches told me, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You're supposed to listen twice as much as you speak. So I take that into how I write my music as well. If I can listen to myself twice, I can rethink the words that I say. So I think my biggest development, or what's grown most about me as far as music, is my diction, my choice of words, and the stories that I can tell. The way that I can hit people from any type of field and any different angle. And other than that, I'd probably say I've grown a better flow as well. I start researching and looking into other artists and how as far they started working on their craft and working on their flows and stuff of that nature. And I try to create my own sound, my own quality, something that separates me from them. And the more comfortable I get with it, the more I develop, the more I get better. So I can tell my growth is far. That's probably the biggest thing that's changed about my music since I first started, my growth. Well, I'd say the biggest thing that people can find in my music is that serenity, that peace. Like I said, my biggest thing is I want to try to touch somebody and change their life for the better. You never know what a person truly is going through, and a lot of people are too scared to let you inside and see what their true emotions hold. So for me as one, I know I've always been an introverted type, always closed up, always inside this turtle shell. And my music, my writing, my craft has been my way to break that mold. If I was always scared to talk to anybody about a situation, I would go back and write it into a song. And who's to say I'm not the only person that's going through this right now. At the end of the day, if I can reach out to them and I know I'm feeling this way, I can help them as well, because I can give them the courage to say those words that they never had the courage to say. Because at the end of the day, I feel like our biggest regrets in life are the chances that we never took and the words that we never get to say. So if my words can help somebody else to achieve a higher purpose in life, that's my job. And I feel like I'm doing my job. That's the case. Like I said, in my music, you can find that true feeling of therapy, that feeling of serenity, that feeling of peace, that it's almost like a platonic heaven. We walk through hell every day, we battling different devils every day, But if you can find that one simple strand, that one gray area in between all of the hellacious endeavors that you might go through on a daily basis, and you can make it. My thoughts on today's hip hop. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it. It's not the best. You go through the whole mumble rap debate and all of this, but as far as me going out trying to have a good time with the same people that I love, that's good and fun. But I feel like the biggest thing wrong with today's hip hop, even though it's great, don't get me wrong, it's just the fact that it's no message in it. It's no type of content. Nobody gives you anything to think and to live off of. You can't elaborate off of a song that talks about nothing but bitches and hoes and taking this drug and that drug. Like, what else am I gonna know if I listen to this 24/7, day in, day out, while I'm on the clock at work, at school, walking back and forth to class? Like, eventually it's gonna start eating me away. It's gonna start eating the person that I truly am away. And I'm gonna start thinking exactly like the words that they say in the songs, and I can't do that. And I feel like, especially the generations coming up now, they let the music influence them to a point where they try to live what most rappers are really just lying about. They making these songs on a daily basis everywhere. Like, it's almost like they try to play this or create this, I'd say, aura or fathom this depiction of something that they're not. It's even rappers like Yvng that they'll tell you, like, a lot of the stuff that I put in my songs, like, I probably didn't do it. It was probably an indirect experience that I got from one of my homeboys, one of my partners. But at the same time, that don't mean you're supposed to take that to heart and go out and do that. So what I try to make difference in my music is I want to catch somebody's mind. I want to hit you on a mental level. I want to be able to get you to think and to get your mind rolling. You know, it's kind of like the first person to invent the wheel. You know, they tried every shape possible from an oval to a square. You know, you've probably seen the commercial before, but you get a knack at trying something over and over again. And it's true what they say, in order to, you know, cherish a win, you have to go through those losses first. But when it comes to like today's hip hop, not to get off track, like I said, it's good, but it could be better. I feel like I can make it better. Yeah, if you're a reader, yeah, you can reach out to me on Facebook at Deontay Grindtime Smith, Instagram at _YoungKing2X, that's YVNG, remember that. And you can also follow me on Twitter. It's at Blocker72X_ capital B LOCKA 72X_. And I even do Snapchat as well too. Like, I'm real people friendly, you know. I don't, you know, really like anybody can get in touch with me. Like I said, you can even snap me. I'm open. I'm open-minded, open-spirited. But you can get on Snapchat and name me at DA_ambitious. So.